Marooned. Tina, how many times have I told you, don't stuff your fingers into your nose? Reena, do you want to be late? Hurry, you too! She drags them to the school gate just in time, bending to give them each a kiss on the forehead. Bye-bye, Ma. Tina waves, while Reena plays with her ponytails and giggles. Be good, okay? Eat your tiffin. Phew, one job done. She fans herself with a pallu. The mornings are getting warm. She hurries back home. Roshan had said he had go to work today and she still has to prepare breakfast. What will she make him? Poha? No. He had said that he is bored of that. Some vegetable rice maybe? Or will that be too much? Perhaps she will just give him a couple of laddus. Yes, that should be fine. What do you have for me, Kavita? Roshan sounds annoyed. On second thoughts, maybe she shouldn't experiment today. Save it for some other time. Poha. Again? I'm sorry, it won't take long. I will be as quick as I can. Your apology won't get me decent food. What a dull mind you have, so devoid of ideas. She goes about the kitchen swallowing the insult, something she never had to do back at Nimkheri. Oh, how she misses home even after all these years. Move quickly now, woman. I'm hoping you can at least do that. Clang! She drops a steel plate. Great! Ma had always playfully rebuked her, saying she had holes in her palms. And as expected, the commentary begins. Good God, did that mother of yours not teach you a thing? Holding a utensil isn't that hard. You know how you are supposed to manage the house. I have no idea. 5 years and you still haven't learnt a thing. I'm trying, Ma. Don't you dare call me that. She looks at her angrily, moving towards her son. That old bat doesn't move an inch. But that tongue of hers runs 1,000,000 miles a second. Fumbling, she bowls to the porch with the plate of poha in her hand, feeling victorious that she had managed to make the poha so fast. But then, look at this, Ma, look at it. Even an animal won't eat this. Roshan points at her efforts and makes a face as if it's the most appalling thing he has ever seen. What's wrong? Kavita inquires. She is sure she has done everything right. My dear Kavita, the wrinkled cow says with a mocking smile, do you see any potatoes on this plate? Are you aware we won't eat poha without potatoes in this house? And are you out of your mind or just shameless to be serving something so piteous to your husband? He was in a hurry, so I thought, your mind is the size of a pea, Kavita. Do us all a favor and stop thinking, okay? Roshan hisses. It ruins near about everything. Now go, get me a slice of lemon. And as her husband quietly tells his mother how the poha is actually pretty okay, Kavita sits inside the kitchen with her head in her hands, wondering what would become of her in this house. She can't even stand seeing their faces, and she is supposed to spend the rest of her life caring for them. How good can this get, Kavita? Roshan shouts. Yes, she shouts back. Come here, you slug. Here we go again. Take this. He shoves his now empty plate at her. You are supposed to bring water along with the food. Please tell me you know that much, says his mother. She rolls her eyes when they are not looking. With the breakfast drama finally over, Kavita starts sweeping the floor, thinking about what to make for lunch. She is just about to start mopping when she realizes mother and son are still chatting outside. She stands by the door and clears her throat, hoping to catch their attention. Bull's eye. You had said you would go to work today. That was the plan, but your rotten cooking has forced me to change my mind. She gives him a murderous glare, making no effort to hide her contempt this time. What are you looking at? Never seen me before? Go wash a spoon or something. Don't you have any work to do? He spits, going back to gossiping with his mother. A conversation that obviously seems to be more important than earning a living. She storms in, locks herself in a room, throws herself down on the bed and screams for all she is worth into a pillow. Exhausted, She wonders what she has gotten herself into. Ma? Thump, thump. We are back, Ma. I'm hungry. She wipes her face and sniffs. She shouldn't have shown her anger. Shouldn't have? Shouldn't have. The girls will have to witness the drama now. She imagines his belt on her, now an old acquaintance, biting into her arm, or maybe her back, leaving behind souvenirs of red. Have I not told you before to stop thinking? When will you learn? She imagines him yelling at her, imagines herself screaming. She's scared. The girls will get afraid. She's scared the girls will get afraid. I'm coming, 1 minute. She hasn't even started making lunch yet. What is wrong with her? What a life. Sitting alone in a room now seems like the only act of rebellion she is capable of. Okay, take deep breaths. She opens the door. She finds Tina on the floor digging her nose and Rina playing with a box of matches. She rushes to her, snatching her new toy away and making her howl in indignation. Why isn't that old hag around? She thinks she can just leave the children alone like this. Shh, you will get hurt, Rina. Here, she says, handing her a bowl. Go, play with this. And her daughter's tears stop as if nothing had ever happened. Kavita smiles at Rina's theatrics. She's such a faker. Where's Daddy, Rina? Daddy said she's going out. Rina drools. She couldn't care less about where Roshan could be either. She's just happy both of them are away from home. Why didn't you come to school to pick us up, Ma? Asked Tina. I don't like walking home without you. The big kids are mean. She replies with a timid, sorry. Kavita has no idea what she had do if it wasn't for these two. By late evening, neither does Roshan return, not that pig of a woman. Kavita waits for them, sitting by the front door, as the world moves on around her. It's calming to see everything happening just like it always does. The women walking back home with pots of water resting on their waists, the elderly chatting, the goats and cows ambling through the streets. Kappa bothers her, suffocates her. She feels trapped in the silk of neighborhood gossip. Clutching hens and clanking bronze bells. It all feels too much like a prison. She wonders if she is going to be marooned here for the remainder of her existence. The very thought is depressing. She looks back at the girls who are by now deep in slumber. Surprisingly, Kavita has actually had a good day. The three of them had spent their afternoon tickling each other's bellies, laughing and chatting about the twins' school. After that, she had made them sit and learn the alphabet. No wonder they are exhausted, she thinks. She realizes how much of a rarity good day have come. How happy they all used to be a decade ago. Raghu was little, Baba was fine, Ma was still breathing, and she herself was oblivious to any other possibility other than that life. She suddenly springs to her feet. She brushes Tina's soul with her fingers and softly blows in Tina's eye. She smiles and gets to work. She is not quite sure what's fueling this upsurge in her, whether it is this frustration, the anxiety, or the monotony. But she starts quickly piling her clothes up on the floor, followed by the girls. Roshan is definitely not going to like this. Then she dumps all of it in a bag. Maybe it's the rage. Come on, girls, I'm taking you out, she says, picking them both up in her arms and shaking them awake. Ma, they complain. Or maybe it's the stress. They walk quickly to the bus stop. Roshan is right across the road, idling away time with a couple of other loafers like himself, all of them sitting on cracked and broken plastic chairs. She sees him see her. Just in time, the bus pulls to a stop in front of her and the girls. Kavita, where do you think you are going? She hears him below. She shoves the kids in, followed by the bag, then quickly hoists herself up. As the bus starts moving again, they make their way to a few empty seats at the back. Hey, wait, you crooked, shameless woman! You wait and watch! He shouts fade in the distance as the bus picks up speed. There's only one thing this can be called: revolt. It's dark, Ma. I want to sleep. I'm hungry. Where are we going? Home. Fate seemed to have a thing against him. First, he managed to lose the one true love of his life. Then he, with his own cruel hands, shooed his son away. He failed to save his wife, the woman who had been with him through thick and thin. And now, there she is at his doorstep, his daughter whom he had married off to that good-for-nothing sloth of a boy. His two little beautiful granddaughters are stuck with an unworthy father, and he, their granddaughter, doesn't even have enough money to buy them new dresses. Shiva has started thinking a lot these days, and even though it drives him insane, ironically, it is also the one thing that keeps him anchored to reality. He feels like with every passing phase of his life, he takes it up a notch, his unworthiness. He looks at Kavita sitting facing the children in their house, smart and confident. Maybe Shiva should have pinned all his expectations on Kavita and not on Raghu. She may have taken it better. In which year did India gain its independence? Raise your hands, whoever knows the answer. The children do as they are told. Okay, Bunty, tell me. But I didn't raise my hand, which is why I'm asking you. Tell me. 1950? 1950? Are you sure? She raises her eyebrows, crossing her hands. He replies, 1947? A few of Bunty's friends whisper collectively. Quiet! Kavita booms, silencing everything in the room, even the clinking pencils and the sharpener sounds. Oh, don't be so strict, Kavita. He will do better next time. Shiva tries to placate her, sitting on the book sprawled cot nearby. It still bewilders her how much Baba has changed. If only this could have happened when Raghu was home. But then it wouldn't have if he was. She inhales. All right, fine. All of you will revise the chapter and come prepared tomorrow, okay? I don't want to look at blank faces, she says Bunty. She eyes Bunty, who has turned pink. I will learn my chapter, Teacher Ji, Bunty says in a voice so small Kavita breaks into a smile. Oh, did I miss any drama? Anjani walks in against the small tide of children rushing outside. Ha, not too much, I had say. I'm happy this tuition thing is going well, Kavita, Anjani chirps. Like everyone else in the village, time has changed her once youthful features. But unlike everybody else, she has fought it well. Her only affliction is that she dyes her hair black twice a month. All thanks to you, a horizontal Shiva says from the cot. Please don't give me the credit. It's Kavita's hard work that has paid off. Amongst all the things Kavita had earned for that cup, Anjani was the one she had missed the most. And in the end, it had been Anjani who had sat Kavita down and talked her into tutoring the village kids. Shiva could really do with some cash in his pockets, she had said. Anyway, says Shiva, getting up, his legs feeling a little weak, when, for a second, he loses his balance, blinking hard. Careful, Baba, careful. Kavita holds him by the waist. What's wrong? Asks Anjani. I don't know. I kind of felt giddy. I'm fine now. He gently puts Kavita's hand away. It's okay. It happens sometimes these days. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Well, as I was saying, he breathes in. Raghu? Both Kavita and Shiva know Anjani is about to leave for Bhimpur in Harida's second-hand ferrying machine. He had bought a jeep recently. She has come to bid them goodbye, along with an offer to take any messages to Raghu. Anjani is not quite convinced. Shiva is all right, but decides not to press the issue. Instead, she asks, yes, what about Raghu? Tell him, I said. He thinks, and then thinks some more. Tell him the girls miss him. They haven't seen him in a while. Kavita saves them the awkwardness. Shiva sighs. Just tell him I'm sorry. Light bulb moment. This could work, Kavita thinks. Wait, how about... She closes one eye as if thinking up some plan. How about we accompany her to Bhimpur, Baba? Oh yes, please. That will be great. Come on, Shiva. Say yes. Say yes. Really? I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, I sought this thing out. He's still a boy, and your son, after all. Shiva looks at the two wide-eyed women. This could set it all straight. Shiva scratches his head. What's it going to be, Baba? Okay. Kavita squeals, hugging Anjani. Thank you, she beams. Well, come on then. Haridas is waiting, says Anjani, grinning happily. I will just go get the girls. Kavita runs out. You two go ahead. I will be there. Just give me a minute. Shiva shuffles over to the kitchen. You are all right, aren't you? Anjani asks. Yes, yes, don't worry. Let me just have a glass of water and I will join you too. I won't be long. Come on, we will be late. Kavita bellows from outside. Kavita bellows from outside. You go join her, Anjani, Shiva says. Fine, I'm coming. Relax, Kavita. There you are. What took you so long? And there are my girls. Anjani holds their sweaty little faces in her palms. You have been running around, huh? Where's Baba? Kavita is getting fretful now. Oh, he's just coming. Tina, how old are you, my darling? I'm 4 years old. You didn't ask me. Reena puffs out her cheeks. Laughing, Anjani turns to her. Oh, I am sorry. How old are you, Reena? She wipes away a small tear. I'm 4 years old too. Kavita silently giggles at her daughter. She keeps her hands on top of both their heads. Don't you just love them? Anjani smiles. More than life itself. I'm telling you, I'm thinking of never going back to Khapa. Everything's perfect here. I'm earning too. So, who needs a husband? You don't really mean that. Kavita closes her eyes, letting out a sigh. No, I don't. One thing for sure, though my husband and his mother will not be very happy to see me again. You can't run from them forever, you know. Oh, I know. It's not like I have much choice. Anyway, we will worry about that later. Shiva said he was just having a glass of water. I'm sure it doesn't take that long. I feel like I'm getting cooked in the sun. Kavita furrows her brows. Stay with the girls, okay? I will go check on him. Kavita wipes the sweat off her chin with a finger. The heat is outrageous. Baba? She calls from the door. No answer. You will make me come in? Fine. She walks straight into the kitchen and the first thing she notices is the deep red smeared all over his mouth. Shiva is on the floor right in the middle of the room. The glass of water lying spilled beside him. His eyes have rolled back into his lifeless head. She screams.